I personally love the look of an isolated subject against a bokeh blasted background. But to do that outdoors, you might need one of these. This is a variable ND polarizing filter made by K&F Concept. Let me break that down a bit so you actually know what you're getting. The first part is a CPL. This is a circular polarizing filter. A CPL filter is made simply to reduce glare and reflections on shinier surfaces. This filter in return gives you back your color and your contrast back to your images, especially in those areas that were significantly overexposed. And with this filter specifically, you adjust the outside ring to adjust that CPL polarization, which inevitably will give you the choice of what part of your image you want to adjust for. So it's not a one-size-fits-all kind of concept, but instead one that you get to actively choose. And the second part of this filter is the variable ND. Now, VNDs are commonly referred to as sunglasses for your camera. This is because we're adding a darkened piece of glass over the lens like we would our eyes in the sun, except for the camera we can now lower our ISOs, our shutter speeds, and our apertures. For videographers specifically, this allows us to follow the 180-degree rule, which allows us to match our frame rates and our shutter speeds so that we get proper motion blur. And for photographers, we can absolutely use a VND because this will still give us the ability to keep those low aperture numbers and that beautiful bokeh when we want an isolated subject in the photo. This filter specifically is an ND4 to 64. And for those unfamiliar, the number after ND, so 4 and 64, is the optical density of that filter, or essentially how much light it can block given that particular setting. And for every step of ND we add, we are doubling that filter's light blocking capabilities. So for this filter specifically, here's a guide for ND filter stops. And put them both together, and now you have the ability to adjust ND, whether increase or decrease those sunglasses, as well as directionally choose that polarizing effect that's laid on your image. And again, this gives us the ability to lower those shutter speeds and apertures to give us that isolated subject against our background, while also maintaining contrast and color in our images. And hey, by the way, if you have multiple lenses, you don't have to buy multiple filters. One piece of really useful gear is the step-up ring. This will essentially allow you to step from one size of filter to the next. So in my case, I have a 72mm to 77mm adapter, and it's basically just a double-threaded piece of metal, which I can put between the lens and the filter to make it work. So this will save you a ton of money and keep you from having to buy multiple filters for multiple lenses. Keep this in mind. But that's what I have on the K&F 2-in-1 variable ND polarizing filter. And just for anyone that's interested, I'll make sure to have a link to this as well as the step-up ring in the description below. Both of these will be Amazon links, and they will be for the K&F Concept brand. Not because I get an affiliate link or a kickback of any kind. I wish I did. But instead because it's a K&F product and I've used their filters before and I really like them for the things that I've done. So they're the things that I would recommend to you. But before you go, make sure to smash that like button as well as click the subscribe button because we are still doing that in 2024, just in case you forgot. I wanted to say thank you to the first 1,000 subs on the channel. You guys have been awesome. I look forward to the next million or however many we get to. But I just want to say a special thanks to you guys for this one and that. I hope you enjoyed it, and I cannot wait to see you guys in the next one. Make sure to check out the social links as well, Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter, and I will see you guys in the next one.